Hi, Broncos country. Well, we woke up early, right, for that horrendously ugly performance in London. The Broncos find a way to get a miserably ugly win, but nonetheless, it is a win in London as they go to 4-2. They win 13-11, which is not a scoregami, by the way. I am joined with my good friend Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you feeling about that unnecessarily nerve-wracking game?
Much better now. Much better now. It's like I cannot believe this is happening. Maybe it's just the Jets. When we play the Jets, it has to be the slug it out down to the last second, ugly, crazy in a monsoon in a different continent. We can't
Right?
million penalties. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, surviving the Jets is like becoming a tradition here.
Yeah. It is, man. But again, a win is a win. You could talk about so many ugly things, so much of the same stuff that, hindered us so much early in the year. But it's always better to clean those things up. Again, controllable things that you can clean up as after a win, it's always better to do that. A couple takeaways from me, man, is firstly, this defense is ridiculous. Ridiculous defense. I think Vance Joseph was dialed in. I thought across the board they were amazing. I'm pretty sure they finished with like 0 net passing yards.
Is that right?
But yeah, I believe so. I believe that was the final. But I mean, regardless, you got to give all the kudos to the defense they had. They ended up with 9 sacks. 9 sacks. And the Jets actually had negative 10 passing yards for the entire game.
Oh my God.
And to
9
think,
sacks?
9 sacks and negative 10 passing yards. And to think that it was a game that we potentially could have lost is insanity.
Yeah, if we would have had 8 sacks, we might have lost. Because if they don't get that last sack, we could have maybe lost. They pick up a first there.
Yeah, crazy.
That's
Crazy. So I mean, and obviously we know what the defense did, right? But like, what is it about this team, man, that you feel like they just can't get out of their own ways? What is it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I think they fixed a lot of the stuff. It feels like, it's like you're in like a tunnel and or you're on a boat and there's one hole on the boat and you plug it and then another one pops up and then you plug it and then another one pops up and you plug it and you're like running out of fingers because it's like, oh, when's Bo going to get going? Okay, he's going. Okay, when's the running game going to go? It's going. And then it's like, oh, Powers is down. And now Perts can't do anything in the first half. Oh, they can't get out of their own way. Like, it just seems like there's things constantly popping up after certain things are fixed and addressed. But you still learned how to win. I mean, you're not patting yourself on the back too much. It was the Jets who haven't won a game yet, but that's a grind out. You have to figure out like that's, it came down to you having to get a field goal to take the lead, which you did. And it took, thank you. Ball on both sides, Eli. And then having to make a critical stop after great field position all game. They had great field position.
Yeah.
That's what really looks out to me is like, it felt like the defense didn't play as good as that just because it felt like the Jets were always like in good territory, but like they started in good territory the whole game. So the fact that they only gave up 9 points and then obviously the safety is not on the defense is crazy.
Yeah, the field position battle was huge. Obviously that early turnover sucked, but I thought we were able to overcome it. But again, we kept giving them opportunities, and on that one drive, and shout out to my man Eli, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the Broncos Jets breakdown. Wonderful guy, 1999 super chat. You are the man, and yes, man, the Jets, as bad as the Broncos wanted to play today, the Jets were miserable. They were terrible. It is a wonderful day to be a Bronco fan. Ain't no doubt about that. But man, here's kind of my thing. Like, it's one of those where I was really very impressed, really over the last 3 weeks, but really today, it's something that won't be talked about a lot with Bo Nix as a quarterback, because I felt like he did a really good job of just, staying in the zone, not making any dumb decisions, like understanding, hey, punting at some drives, depending on how games are going, is fine. Being conservative, even on the last drive that they had when he elected to take a sack instead of throw it away, like those little things are really helpful. And I thought in the first half, his vision was great. He was really seeing the field. It was that drive that he rushed for 9 yards. They should have challenged it on first down. It's 2nd and 1. and then we get a penalty. So it's 2nd and 6, and then we get another penalty. And then all before you know it, it's 3rd and 17, kills that drive. That was the part of the game that was the most frustrating to me because we were starting to find a really good rhythm on offense. I'm confident we're going down there and scoring, and it's a 2-possession game.
Yeah, totally.
But instead, again, we kind of let him back into it, and yeah, it ended up being ugly. But overall, man, this Broncos offense, it seems like they're just so hit or miss, and it's always something penalty related, in my opinion. Yep. Always. Like if we keep away the penalties and we get ourselves, like, I feel like once we get that initial first down, we can start to really move really well. But man, when we needed it most, when we needed a drive to take the lead late in the game, I thought Bo Nix was great. I thought the run game started going. It started to pop a little bit with JK. Obviously, you would have liked to get a touchdown in the red zone. But holy shit, that field goal ended up being enough. But man, about as ugly as it gets. And I think you make a good point. Like when you play against the Jets, it seems like that's how you win games. And everyone's always like mad about certain things after games. You're not going to find that here. I know you're just like me in that. Like, I don't care how you win the game. You got to get a win. I think the Broncos deserved it. Again, -10 passing yards for the Jets. -10, and we had 9 sacks. And it was still a close ball game. So I have one concern with the defense moving forward. But I want to save it. What do you think your one critique of them would be through 6 games now?
Of the defense?
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like, I don't know. It felt like they got a little soft. In that third quarter, I felt like they were able to move the ball on us a little too much. It seemed like they knew what they were going to do. We knew what they were going to do. And instead of just like clogging that middle, I felt like they kept pushing through that. I don't love it when we play off so much, especially on teams that can't beat you. I know they're probably like, hey, let's just keep everything in front of us. Nobody make the big mistake. That's what that felt like. That one pass where Fields threw it behind his Wilson and Pat wasn't there. He wasn't tight coverage. If he was tight coverage, he might have taken that to the house. Cause
his house.
I was shocked. I was like, dude, it's on Surtain. What the heck? If that would have been Riley, who's normally in the hip pocket, doesn't always make the play, but he's in the hip pocket every time.
Yeah.
He probably would have taken that to the house because he kind of tipped it back and kind of handed it back. And Pat was not even close. But yeah, I just felt like they were a little soft in the middle there for a little part of that game. They stiffened up in the fourth though, so that was good.
I thought Riley played well today. I thought Riley was awesome. I thought he was really good in the run game too.
Yep.
The thing that's bothering me about this defense, man, I feel like it's gonna come if we just keep going. Is the lack of turnovers we force. Again, we lost the turnover battle today. I think we're -3 for the season. But yeah, it's crazy. When you have the kind of numbers that this team's got, and you're on pace to shatter the NFL record in sacks, shatter the Broncos franchise record in sacks, which you set last year. I mean, we are on a historic pace. And we're just not getting turnovers. But I feel like those things are going to come. But that would be the one critique I have overall.
To be fair, though, I don't know what they're smoking, but that Patrick Surtain fumble was a freaking fumble. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're saying that's not a football move of a guy completely turning around and then putting the ball out like this? If that's not a football move, what is that? I'm sorry. He got 2 feet down and they're like, oh, well, his third foot wasn't quite. It's he's turning completely around and trying to get the move the ball from him getting it hit out. What are you talking about?
It's such a 50-50 play, but my thing is they called it a fumble. You cannot overturn it. If they didn't call it a fumble, I probably would have been they're not going to overturn it.
Right. That was correct.
But yeah, I mean, totally agree with that there.
And turnovers, they come in bunches. So if that would have been a turnover, which it should have been, who knows what happens? Because then you start pressing and I made a mistake. Wilson feels weird, whatever it is. Then you can start to get the ball rolling a little bit. But they took it away. So, I mean, yeah, we didn't get any turnovers, but that was a turnover, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, for sure. And and I feel like overall, I mean, anytime you have a defense that is so good on third down, they're so good in the red zone. It's a positive. It's always gonna be the most important metrics I feel like you look at. And again, man, like people want to be critical of Sean, and there was parts of the game where I didn't like some of the play calls. But I mean, guys, you have to understand, Sean is a rhythm play caller. Like he's somebody that your offense, once you get into a rhythm, he's lethal. And again, that second drive, you saw it a little bit in the third before the turnovers. Like when he starts to get going, he gets going. And then the inept offense in the third, I felt like a lot of it was just, self-inflicted stuff, or the Broncos kind of being like, they just wanted to try to flip the field, not give the Jets any momentum, play defense, and hope that they have an opportunity at the end. Like it ended up working out, but I can't fault Sean Payton all that much. Like there's only so much that you can do as a play caller when you're in 3rd and 10. I thought he did a good job sticking with the run game. It just wasn't going that consistently. It kind of is what it is. But I mean, like I said, enough to win, but I haven't lost any kind of faith in Sean Payton. I mean, how do you feel about Sean after this game? And I guess really through the first 6 games.
I mean, we're 4-2 and we're leading the division as of this second. Who knows what's going to happen later today, but like, you can't fault him like that much. I think he's figuring out what his team does well. I think Matt Hurt completely derailed that first half. Like, oh my gosh.
He cost us at least 9 points minimum.
An offensive player like derail a team that much without turning the ball over himself. But that was so frustrating. I honestly think if that doesn't happen, it's a blowout and it's not even close and we just killed them. But that 100%. Kept them in it. And then it started things getting tight. I didn't like the one play call I really didn't like is when they downed it on the 3 and then we did a drop back. I had no confidence in the offensive line at that point. And I was like, just get it to the 5, get it to the 6, run something to get it out of there. And then you can do something quick, but like do a full drop back. And they blame Bowles, but that was all Miners. That was Miners.
Yeah, I think they just got it wrong, but it was Miners that got called for it.
Miners got called for it, and they showed the replay like 3 times, and then they showed then the cameraman was like, it's Miners, and they're like, yeah, Bowles sucks. And then you're like, it's not Bowles.
Yeah,
and then
they finally Bowles is having freaking all-pro season. Yeah. Unbelievable.
And then they do a shot of Bowles on the sideline, like just sitting there, like it wasn't him ever. But yeah, I didn't like that play call personally, just because I felt like I thought it was going to be called on 79 for the millionth time in that game. But yeah, you're right, Eli. It should have been like that. Was ugly. The play that really sticks out. That's a great question. I had the same thing, but what frustrated me about this telecast, and I texted Mark at the time, why do you not give us a replay from up above? Like, I can't tell if he got it or not from the behind shot. I know.
Kills me.
So it's like,
okay. I literally had to go on the play-by-play on ESPN and like make sure was because you didn't see it.
No, you couldn't tell at all. And I mean, it's a good point because they ended up converting that. But I mean, they must have converted that by like an inch or two, like so little. And so maybe they felt like they were still in good position because he was yelling it out. You could see Rizzy was yelling it out.
He called it.
I'm with you though. If it felt like anything was out of sync at all, they should have taken the timeout because he spotted it.
Yeah. I don't think they felt like anything was out of sync, and you can tell like they almost had it. And I feel like I don't know what the timeout situation was at that point, but you stop them, you want timeouts for your offense. Mm-hmm. And if you're sniffing it out like it seems like they were, because I was like, dude, they're gonna fake it. I mean, it's obvious. Like I knew there was gonna be a fake punt. Anytime you're playing a team that's been struggling, you're gonna get some sort of a fake. And so I didn't think it was necessarily worth burning a timeout, but yeah. So I agree with that. I didn't like that play call on the 3-yard line. Another one I didn't like, and it ended up being like when Pat Bryant got the false start. But I don't like a cadence on that. Dude, it's 2nd and inches. Go up, snap the ball, get the first. Why are you doing the hut one? You know what I mean? Like, I know you may be trying to draw them off, but again, you look at that and it's like, yes, he shouldn't jump off sides. No doubt about it. But it's also, you're getting way too cute. It's 2nd down. It's not like it was 3rd or 4th. 2nd down. Just give it to your fullback, what happens.
I wonder if Bo was trying to get him to do the quick like lean in and then snap it, and then he could take a shot, and then you got the first down no matter what. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
it's like I feel like, man, you look at what this team's been doing. Like they have this habit of false starting.
Yeah.
Just get the first. I would say that was the only thing I'd be critical of. But I mean, overall, just a really weird game. These London games are very weird, and
I was
happy to get the win. Go ahead.
I was annoyed that Bo didn't get the first down on that run because he didn't need to go down right then. But like, I'm not gonna fault him that much. He got 9.5, but like just be a little bit more aware of the exact sticks. Because as soon as you start the slide, that's where they mark you. And I knew that they were going to like mark him back, even though nobody touched him until he fully got the first. But, you know, it was just
that
like
screwed him in the Chargers game.
Yeah. And it's like, it seems like if we get 9, we'll blow it. So just get it. Like we can't mess that up. Like
and
any other team can get 9 and then just pick up the 1 the next play. No problem. Not us. If we get 9.5, we will somehow end up in 3rd and 16. Like it's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It is, man. It is. But I want to give a game ball a shout out to Evan Ingram as well, dude. I thought he was awesome.
Yes.
I mean, he was our leading receiver, 5 catches on 6 targets, 42 yards. He came up big in the big moments, which I thought was huge. And it was nice to see, you know, Nate Atkins out there too, looking good. I love that he got the touchdown, really the only touchdown of the game. But what an ugly win. I just got a text from a buddy that says, I've never felt worse after a Broncos win.
Dude.
This guys, I don't understand it. Like, I will never, ever, ever feel bad after a win, ever. Never in the history. I don't care if the team is 6-0 or they're 0-6. If you win, just like, you know, last year we beat the Jets, what was it, 9-7, and they missed the field goal at the end in that monsoon. I didn't give a shit how bad we looked. You get the win. You take these every single time you can.
Yeah, that one, I mean, it made sense because the conditions were so bad. This one just was like we were banging our head against the wall and just like, oh, is this going to work? Nope. Is it going to work? It was very frustrating. But the second that sack happened, who cares? You know, like all's well that ends well. You seem to hopefully, knock on wood, come out healthy and you got to win. That's all you wanted. It was a successful trip. You know, nobody's in a month, nobody's going to care. Like, we don't care how we won the Jets game last year. We won and we made the playoffs. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we blew them out or not. So it all comes down to that. I would say the biggest play for me on the defense that I just want to shout out real quick is, beside the game solidifying sack, was that Hufanga hit against Wilson on the sideline that jarred it loose. Like,
you're absolutely right.
Thank God you did that.
Play of the game. Play of the game. No doubt. I cannot believe I even forgot about it because I was screaming in my basement. I was happy that it was like 10:15, so I didn't have to worry about waking the wife up. But man, that was massive. So absolutely big. Ball game. Absolutely the ball game.
He would have caught it because he was fumbling it, but he had enough control. If Hufanga doesn't come in and lay the wood, he
laid it down.
Yeah. Man,
no, the defense as a whole was the defense as a whole was an absolute menace. I mean, you talk about a gift. Like, I just felt like, man, VJ does such a good job, and I really love it in how in the critical moments of a game, he never goes prevent. He sends the house all the time. He's like, we're gonna win by the blitz and we're gonna die by the blitz. And more often than not, you're gonna win, especially against a quarterback like Justin Fields, who, my goodness, does he not know how to get rid of the football? It is impressive to watch his lack of just knowing where to go. But man, we'll take it. I can't believe just for 2 of 15 on third down. I just still can't believe they had -10 passing yards.
That's crazy.
1.4 yards per play.
Well, it's because they had so many sacks. That's why it was negative. I mean, that's -10 yards for the game is insane, dude. That's so crazy. Yeah, Fields is man, they have their defensive minded head coach. They're just we're gonna grind it out. That whole first half, the way it ended, where he's just we're going to go for it. No, we're not. We're going to hold it and we're not going to do anything. We just don't want you to have the ball. It's just that told you the mentality. I would hate a Jets offensive player because you're he's just trying to grind out any sort of win he possibly can.
Yeah.
Instead of just
go for it.
Believing in us, you know?
I think Sean faked out Aaron Glenn a little bit there. I think Aaron Glenn thought Sean was going to take a timeout. And he was just I'm not going to let y'all think about it. Because he looked at the sideline, he was kind of smirking. He was like, damn it. We're not going to run a play here. We'll just run it to the half. Because, it was a win for us to not give up points there. But, man, a lot to process with this game overall. I guess, for me, man, looking ahead, obviously, to have the kind of schedule the Broncos had, right? You get a gift of a game against the Bengals, which was the easiest thing. On a short week, you travel East Coast to play the defending Super Bowl champs. You get by far the best win of the season in that comeback. Yep. And then you travel to London when really all the pressure's on you, if you think about it. I mean, all the pressure's on Denver this game, playing an 0-5 team.
Oh, yeah.
You end up squeaking out a win. It's obviously a very successful trip. We're finally going to come back and have what I think is going to be a really tough game against the Giants. And they have a nice long week, basically like a mini bye before they play us.
And they're coming off a huge win from Philadelphia.
Yeah, coming off of a really big win as well. So, again, I kind of like the fact that we won in a very ugly game because it allows for us to stay like very humble. We can get humbled by this with still winning because maybe you're kind of thinking your shit don't stink coming off of a really big win.
Yeah,
I was worried about that. I wouldn't say we came out flat, but we got flat throughout the game. So to be able to win, it kind of keeps you on your P's and Q's of like, man, we got to be better if we need to consistently win. I'm sure Sean's probably, not very happy with a lot of things, but that's kind of the best way to win. To kind of keep the team on edge, because we know what this team is like, man. When they really have, something to emphasize throughout the week, and I feel like they do. But it'll be nice to see them at home again.
Yeah, if there's a silver lining to how bad we played, it's that we have a lot to fix, a lot to coach up. We're not going to come in thinking, oh, we're going to just handle whoever now. I hated as soon as we beat Philadelphia. I like the second it ends, you hear all the media. Oh, can they go on a 8-game winning streak? It's like, shut up. We could barely, we're barely over 500. Just
I know.
Calm down. I know. One game at a time. I hate when they do that because
I'm right there with you.
It seems like this team read the press clippings to start the season from all the preseason hype. So I'm like, just shut up and just this whole year we're so young. Very talented, but nothing is given. So just grind. You're going to have to go back and figure things out every single week. And this type of game, there's nothing to be like, oh, we got this. Not, you barely squeaked out a win against a team that hasn't won yet. So,
no, that's a good point. And I mean, I feel like, again, I was kind of happy that the Eagles lost to the Giants, and it was like, oh, well, was the Broncos win not as impressive? I'm like, guys, get off our ass. Maybe, hopefully it was. As long as it doesn't provide all this unbelievably unnecessary hype, because I'm right there with you, man. I hate it. I hate it when they, when the media starts to really hype us up, because really at the end of the day, we haven't accomplished anything. I mean, so we got to go out there and earn it. So, I'm right there with you, but. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this team ends up going.
I will say it was cool. Did you see real quick? Just the owners and everybody pouring beers and stuff for London. That just as a Bronco fan, I was so jealous that I wasn't there and got to experience the fandom of the moment there. It's normally I wouldn't want to be at one of those games just because it's these are all casuals who just are going to wear any football, any jersey they have, and just kind of there to see the spectacle. But this one felt like it was cool. But I thought that was a really cool thing that the owners were with the fans. It felt like a moment out of Ted Lasso or something. At the pub, just chilling. It seemed cool.
Yeah, and they also did their helmet. They donated all the helmets they did to local teams out there. I mean, we have the best ownership group in sports, in the NFL, or at least they're up there. I mean, they're phenomenal, and it's one of the biggest reasons why we've been able to turn things around the way that we have. So, yeah, huge fan of that.
Yeah,
that would have been a really fun experience for sure.
Oh, I was so jealous. I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to go to the UK and just do a pub vacation where it's just touring all the legendary different pubs in Ireland and England and all that. Just because I love that vibe. If I had all the money in the world, I'd build a pub in my backyard and just have that's where I'd watch the games and just hang out, because it's just it'd be so
awesome.
Cool. Yeah,
that would be awesome.
So that'd
be cool. That is cool. That and playing all the golf courses in that area too, Ireland and England and all. Yeah, that'd be Scotland. That'd be
you and Eli can play.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nothing listen, if you're going to shoot 140 in a round, you might as well do it in Ireland or in Scotland or something cool like that.
Exactly. Yep.
So if you're going to do it, you might as well do it there. Do you think the Broncos should or will, I guess they could be different answers, make a change at left guard, or do you feel like you just kind of ride it out with Perk?
I think he'll get at least another game probably because at least it wasn't as bad in the second half. I mean, they changed their whole offensive philosophy.
Yeah.
So to band-aid what was happening. But I don't know. I mean, it just depends on who else they could slide. They might give somebody more work this week and just kind of see and practice how people are looking.
I think you have to.
I think plan A was like, maybe not. This is, I wanted to say, I was thinking about this during the game. We were talking, some people were being negative towards Riley, on horsepower last week and saying he hasn't played so well, which is fine. That's fair critique. But my point was like, remember last season when Riley went out, how different the whole defense looked. And it's like, yeah, Riley isn't making like play after play after play of breakups and all that stuff. He is like slightly getting beat, but he's right there. I underestimated Powers. He wasn't playing bad. He didn't play good in the preseason, but watch him go out and then watch Pert come in. And it's like our team can't function. So you got to be careful what you wish for is all I'm saying with when you go to the backups, because it's a different animal, different speed. Parrot looked okay during like preseason, but it is not the same. And maybe, he needed to get his feet wet, but Sean yelled at him.
No, for sure. I never really understood. Like I felt like based on the reports, like Pert was going to be the next man up. And I just didn't know. I didn't understand why. Like he's always been the swing tackle. Let him be the swing tackle. Like, why are you making him play a different position? A lot of people assume, listen, if you can play tackle, you can play guard. Not necessarily the case, especially when you're 6'7". Like, I don't know. For me, it was like I would have been more comfortable with Calvin Throckmorton because he's a legitimate left guard. Like that's his position.
Mm-hmm.
Palczewski, he's been out there at least getting reps. Alex Forsyth, because he's played center and guard. I never understood it. So I'm kind of there with you. Like, I don't know if you make a sudden change, but you've got to explore all options, especially because I didn't really pay attention to how Pert was in the run game, but the run game as a whole wasn't very good.
Not good.
So you definitely cannot, put yourself in a position where, your run games are suffer because of one guy. But I think you'll probably get another week and you got to trust this coaching staff, this O-line coach. They've obviously been able to figure out things with the O-line, but
yeah, he'll probably get the start.
Matt Pert was trying as hard as he possibly could to lose the game for us today.
Dude, the struggle was real. It was like he was on a different planet. I didn't know what was happening. Every time I saw pressure, he was like his man got completely beat, or he was holding and getting called for it. I was like, or he was jumping offside or false starting. I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
This is
insane.
Brutal. And then Miners, to be honest, like since he's cut his hair, hasn't been exactly Quinn Miners. So
yeah, he hasn't been his best self. I think in the run game he's still been dominant, but he's definitely had his pass game struggles and struggles at times for sure. I mean, no doubt about it. So the interior of the O-line is a little scary. Who would have thought, man? We criticized Ben Powers quite a bit in the preseason, and now we're like, was he the MVP of this team?
That's what I'm saying. Be careful what you wish for, because everybody was calling for Ben Powers' head in the preseason, and the second he gets hurt, we all go, oh, well, at least if somebody's got to be done for a couple of months, at least it's Ben Powers. We can handle that. And we couldn't.
Nope.
So we got to figure that out. And offensive line depth is like a myth in the NFL. Like nobody has it. So
it is.
If you can just get somebody just to be decent, it's fine. And Pert was not decent, not even close to decent enough for half. It was insane, but it's going to be a tough test. I mean, I know everybody just looks at records and just, the Giants or whatever, but Giants are playing with tons of confidence since Dart came in. Talib thought they were going to get completely shut down. And by the Eagles, I kind of feel like we kind of gave the blueprint to beating the Eagles a little bit. So that helped the Giants. But he's making plays, man. But this is going to be a third week in a row, if you count Hurts, obviously, where you have to watch the run as much as the pass, if not more. He wants to run if there's not something there. Like Dart has better arm and can find people better than Fields for sure. But like That's how he gets going. He gets
Yeah.
going by like running first, and then you got to account for that, and then that opens up other things, and he'll hit that. So, Hufanga needs to be like active. I feel like Singleton had a pretty good game like today. I didn't feel like there was anything egregious from him.
Nope.
And he got a lot of cleanup tackles where like the first guy didn't make the tackle, but like made him make a move, and then Singleton came in and cleaned it up.
Mm-hmm.
He got a sack, I think, that way too. But Stranad did decent. I remember he whiffed on one or two, but those guys are going to be huge against Jackson Dart because you really that's until the book on him hasn't come out really yet. So stop his legs first, and then you can kind of
Totally.
figure it
Yeah. I
out.
mean, you force him to beat you from the pocket, you're gonna have a really good shot. And especially, man, our secondary is different. And yeah, it's nice that we've had Fields and that we've had Hurts because we've been able to kind of do that. There's a certain name for the rush. It's like you're not overcommitting when you're pass rushing. Even
You're
though the second half we didn't give a shit, we were just going for it. But
right.
yeah, I mean, you create it to where you don't really give him an area to escape. I think Jackson Dart has a chance to struggle really, really badly against this
Yeah.
Broncos defense. But
It
again,
feels
he can
like
kill you with his legs. So
Yeah, it feels like a bad game has to be coming at some point. I mean, he's played really, really well. Like he beat the Chargers, he beat Philadelphia. So like anybody sleeping on the Giants thinking like, oh, we got the Giants. Everybody in Denver wanted it to be Russell Wilson so bad.
badly, yeah,
So bad. And who
yeah,
knows what happens. I'm not calling for anybody to like get hurt or anything, but like that's what we wanted. It didn't actually happen because he wasn't even good enough to make it to week 7. But yeah, I mean they have their work cut out for them.
yeah. No doubt about it, man. I think the Giants are a sneaky good team. I think that they're building a lot of good things there. Obviously, they're able to run the ball really well now too, and their defense is really good. So they're kind of on the up and up. And happy that we got them at home, but still,
Yeah.
coming back from London and the crazy amount of traveling that we've done, it is not easy. So,
But kudos, I mean, they should have to go on the road in Philadelphia, stay at Greenbrier, then go to London and come away with 2 wins. Like I have nothing to complain about. I know that was ugly. I was pissed for 59.5 minutes or whatever it was.
yeah,
But like you got 2 wins on the road, East Coast and different continent. Like that is not easy to do. And most
no,
teams, I think they said they were like 2-14 on games before the London game. And Sean was like, okay, here's what we're doing. We're staying out there. We're going to play the game. We're going to come out and get that first win. And then we're going to go do it. So I'm sure like you haven't slept in your bed in a long time. So, hopefully
yeah.
some
Your time
wins up.
zones are screwed up 3 different times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. And again, last year or over before last week's win, we were what, 1-8 in one score games?
Mm-hmm.
Something abysmal. So to be 2-0 in one
Yep.
score games
Yep.
is a big positive, man. There's only, for me, man, there's an overwhelming more amount of positives from this game when you come out with a win than losses. Obviously there's a lot of things to clean up, but you get a win, it's really all that matters.
And I love games for us, like for a young team that like it took the offense to make a drive to take the lead. It wasn't like we just had to hold on for dear life because we had the lead. They took the lead. So we had to go down and at least get 3, which I didn't love the play calling at the goal to go stuff, but like who cares? Like at least that was a good drive. You go up because the offense, and then the defense has to make a stop to solidify it, and they did. So both sides of the ball. I will say real quick, the negative, I have more than the offense, even though they didn't put up many points and the defense was really good. The special teams today was horrible.
Awful.
Horrible. I don't know.
It's been disappointing.
Like Crawshaw didn't punt super well. Like even when he had a chance to really, really pin him inside the 5, he kicked it super high and they like just fair caught at like the 17, which that should have been easy. or he's punting it into the back. Mims, I felt like his return when he decided to take it and fair catch it or not was not good at all. He fair caught it one time where there wasn't a guy 30 yards in front of him. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. I think he did that back to back even.
Yeah. It was so frustrating.
Yeah.
And we couldn't,
I agree.
And we couldn't stop. Like their kickoffs, when we would kick off after we'd get a field goal or a touchdown or whatever, they would return it to the 43, 42.
Yeah. And they have a good kick returner, man. We should have just kicked that out of the. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, special teams has been really frustrating. It's been really, really bad, man. Like, you're absolutely right.
When you signed Rizzy, I was like, oh, good. We're going to have this really good special teams unit. But he's so confident in himself and his abilities that he's just going to be able to like stop everything. And it's like, just be smart. Even though it's you, I know you're supposed to be this like guru guy. If they have a good kick returner, don't kick it to him. Like, why are we?
Especially in a game where you're dominating on defense.
Yes.
That
kept them in the game. That kept them in the game so much. That's why this whole game was out of whack, because the whole time, that whole game was like field position battle. And it was because our special teams wasn't playing well. That was the whole game. We could have, early in that game, the way it was going off of that unfortunate Franklin fumble, which it's like, oh, here we go. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think if that Franklin gets that fumble, I think we roll on them too. I think that kind of started the negativity. But once that happened, I almost just wanted to be like, Sean, just kick it and make them start from the 20. Who cares? Like, don't be cute. I want to see Justin Fields have a long drive if he has to. I don't think he can do it. But we kept giving him the ball over and over and over at the 40, 45. Like, you're keeping them in this game, man. Yeah. So that was frustrating.
No, it was it was. I mean, certainly. There was a lot of frustration. The special teams has been, they've just been really, really bad, man. I mean, we're lucky that Chris Abrams-Drain was able to, chase down Nwang. I think it's Nwangu or something. He's a pretty good kick returner. We're fortunate that he was able to catch him. I mean, shout out to Will Lutz for slowing him down a little bit on that, because he was gone. And Chris Abrams-Drain was able to get him, and that saved a touchdown, basically saved 4 points. But yeah, it's been bad. I felt like Crawshaw too, like he had a couple of boomers.
Yes.
But they were almost like he outkicked the kick coverage. I think he wanted to try to get him in the end zone. He had a 62-yard punt.
Yeah.
He had one that would have been like 70 yards had it not been returned, like for net. So it was an up and down day. But yeah, special teams has been frustrating. Shout out to Will Lutz, man. That 50-something yarder, 57-yarder that he had was huge, though.
I was about to say. When they were even trying a 57-yarder with Will Lutz, I was like, I don't know about this. This might be a big mistake. And him converting, I was so pumped after he made that, because I was like, okay.
It was a big kick.
I felt like that was less than 50-50 on that kick. I don't know, for whatever reason, but man, he stroked that. That was nice. And Devin Key made a humongous tackle.
Yes.
On that last kickoff.
Huge.
So big. And
I thought he was gone.
Me too.
I did, because there was a huge hole.
Oh, there wasn't anybody. And then all of a sudden he's down, and I was like, I thought he just fell on he just tripped on his cell. And then when I saw the replay, because then the ball came out, and we're like, oh, it's a fumble. But then when you saw the replay, you're like, oh, Devin Key, dude, like, thank you so much. Like, getting your hand and tripping him up, man. That was huge play. Honestly, they just needed a field goal at that point. And that kickoff looked like he was going to get to the 40 minimum.
I think he might have been gone. He's a good return man. But yeah, Devin Key, that was definitely a massive play by him.
Yes.
But overall, you'd like to see us be better in that phase, because I can make the argument that the 2 losses that we have this year, you could blame the special teams unit just as much as any other unit on the Broncos team. So definitely got to be better there. Ain't no doubt about it.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, but like you said, a lot of good things. It's always nice to clean up mistakes after a win. Mm-hmm. And, this is going to be a long season where you're grinding out, and it's going to come down to this little play or that little play. That's how football is. It's game of inches, and it's Devin Key making a trip up. It's Hufunga making a pass breakup tackle. It's getting that sack on 4th down when you absolutely need it. It's Nick's leading a drive. It's just little tiny things that ends up. It felt like we could have rolled these guys. And sometimes that's how sports is. Sometimes you find yourself in a dogfight that you didn't expect, And you got to go, well, I think I'm better, and I'm just got to go back to the basics, and I'm just going to beat you because I'm better. And that's kind of what the Broncos ended up doing. He had enough confidence. Sean didn't panic. That's what I liked about it, is he was like, things are going bad. The offensive line can't do this, can't do that. Our defense is playing well. Our special teams is not. All right, we're just going to not blow this. And I have more confidence in my team than their team as long as we don't make a big mistake.
Exactly.
And that's what happened.
I kind of got that vibe from him when he did that. Like, it was 3rd down and 8, and he just did like a handoff to Prentice. You're like, what the hell? It was almost like that's kind of what he was trying to do. But it was weird to see. It was really weird to see Jaleel McLaughlin being elevated instead of, activated instead of Bidet. Because I felt like Bidet started to play well. Yeah. And then they go with Jaleel, and he did like nothing at any point. He was more of a decoy. It's really
might not see Jaleel for a little bit after that, because he had one screen pass that he completely dropped, and then another run where he got completely ran right. Yeah, it was just like, oh, okay, well, I totally forgot about Jaleel, and I guess I forgot about him again. Yeah. Because Bidet played really well last week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and at least with Bidet, he's a good pass protector, and he's proven to be pretty damn good on those screens. But yeah, that was really weird. I was happy to see Pat Bryant involved a little more. I mean, 2 targets, 2 catches. Obviously, that penalty was frustrating, but man, the guy shows these spurts. Like, oh yeah, I love it. So I'd like to see more of him.
And he blocks so well. Just such a willing guy, so strong in there, and
he loves it.
When he got that, he had a quote where he's like, if you want the rock, you got to block, or something like that. I don't remember the exact quote, but him doing those little screens, as soon as he caught it, you're just like, oh, get this guy the ball more. Like, holy man. Like, totally. Like this guy, even that one where he got the first down, he kind of spun a couple times after breaking the tackle to get the first. Most guys, that would have been like a 6-yard gain. And he knew where the guy was, and he was able just to keep his feet moving. He's just so aware of like the spacing and everything. And even on that one where he should, most guys would have even dropped it. Like, he kind of dropped it, but then he re-caught it, like, on that same play. And to have the presence of mind of like, even though he's a rookie, to be like, keep the play going, and then still be aware. Don't just immediately like, oh shoot, I made a mistake, I'm going to fall. He's cool customer, man. That's what I like about him.
Yeah. No, he seems good. I mean, on that slant pattern that he had, his first catch was nasty. He just shook the dude out of his boots. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're really seeing good stuff with him, man. I think you'll only start to see him get better and better. But it was nice to see Pat Bryant get involved. Yeah, again, ugly is when it can be, man. But you're leaving London, you're leaving this road trip 2-0. Broncos are 4-2. Hopefully the Dolphins can get a nice little win against the Chargers today. And
I would love that.
I always love the Lions in general, so I'll be rooting hardcore for the Lions tonight against the Chiefs, man. But me too. Before we wrap it up, man, any final thoughts? Anything else that you want to let Broncos country know before we wrap up?
No, not really. I think we covered most of it. Like, yeah, just as frustrating as that was, you can't be mad after a win. I don't care if it's the ugliest thing you've ever seen. You play to win the game. As Herm Edwards once said, that's all that matters. And we've looked pretty in losses and looked like Indianapolis, and then we've looked great, or we've looked bad in wins. So it's like, which one makes you feel better? People were complaining after the first, couple games, being like, oh, we don't look as good as we should. Da, da, da. They're wins. Yeah, so
absolutely.
And every time you get a win, it's a better week, especially in Broncos country, for sure.
Yeah, that game was giving me way too much anxiety. No, I think it's very well said, man. That's what we need to really focus on. You can be mad at Sean Payton, you can get mad at certain players, and like, it's probably all justified to an extent. But listen, at the end of the day, you find a way to get wins. It's never easy, man. You look across the NFL every single week. It's rare that you see blowouts, and in the games that are blowouts, you can point to 1 or 2 plays that make the game really, really close. It's just kind of the nature of it. So it was nice to see the Broncos respond after an emotional win, and then really as big-time favorites against the Jets. So we will take it. Broncos are 4-2, guys. I appreciate y'all riding with us, man. Hopefully you guys, Sunday is going to be a lot better. I know mine's going to be. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Be sure to catch us tomorrow night on Horsepower Hour as we break it all down. So peace out, everybody.
All right. Go Broncos.